Hello people, I'm Vito and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom with Robberlink.
Hello.
Alright, where we last left off, we beat the crap out of Marthas for daring to oppose us, and unexpectedly, Pegasus came to help us with his friend Labyrinth Ruler. So off-screen I equipped items to both of their monsters. Here. Black Pendants, Beast Fangs, Deal Phantom, because they all actually have over 1000 HP at around level 30 to 35, so that's actually decent, from what I'm guessing at least. So I don't feel like I desperately need to replace them. They'll hopefully be fine.
Alright.
And I decided to give Mokuba the Magnet Warriors now that we have Gamma. I do feel like using the Armored Lizard still, it seemed fine, but I'll probably give that to someone else later on. So for now, I have all three of them. The Shock Shell gives them the ability to paralyze, and I gave them all polymerization, so that should be good.
Alright then.
And if we don't finish this particular mission this episode, I can use the opportunity to farm up Pegasus, Labyrinth Ruler, the Magnet Warriors, and also money, because I didn't really get any money when I was farming last mission. Alright, so we should be good to go. So let's head out.
Let's see who's in this forest. Yo.
Huh? Seto Kaiba? Is that you? I'm the former Duel Monsters champion of Japan, Weevil.
Never heard of you.
What? You think you can make fun of me and get away with it?
I expected the ruler of the forest to be a major player. Why don't you give up now and come work for me?
Oh. Oh, you're asking for it. Work for you, huh? You'll be working for me by the time we're done.
Kaiba, you have to work on your diplomatic skills.
Alright, we need to take control of Rasixthan. Interesting. Wait, this is the place on the opposite side of the continent, basically, where we fought Shadi.
Yeah.
Does this have... Yes, this does have enemy respawns. Interesting, okay. Here. Yeah, Mokuba's last. I do want him to get some experience now. And then... I guess Pegasus go here. Labyrinth Ruler... Actually, no, they should help stay in fight because they're also in need of experience, so... Bones go that way. And Kaiba go this way. 1 second. From what I saw, there aren't any monsters to actually get from, you know, roaming fights or hidden areas. Surprisingly. I guess it's just to get Weevil. Alright, stick around, but let the other people out.
There we go.
Good. Yeah, the trader's actually already open here. I don't think I need any of these at the moment, even though I just gave quite a few more monsters them. Alright, what have we here?
Bugs, bugs, and more bugs.
I guess that would make sense. Man-eater bug, big insects, and then is that the hunter spider?
Wasn't it like Spider Soldier or something?
I don't think so. I don't recall there being a spider soldier. Man-eater bug, hunter spider, big insect. Haha, I was right.
Okay, it's big insect.
Yeah.
I didn't even know which one you were referring to, I guess.
I remember there was Jirai Gumo, who I don't think has been in this game, but that was the landmine spider from the Paradox Brothers fight. Alright, so this could be a bit of a struggle because they're all like level 1 on my side. I'm going to just blue medicine already. And then And then for my final move, I'll probably pull out the polymerization. Even though it will be level 1 polymerization. Huh. Electric Punch.
Confusion?
Or was that the shock shells effect, not paralyzation? That might have been it. Yeah, confused. But it didn't seem to do anything last time when we had something use the confusion on the red eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's just a chance to work that didn't happen, or what.
Regardless, get inverted.
Yeah.
Your color palette. Haha. I've ruined it.
Yeah, so far I'm still not seeing the effect of confusion. Guard, will you? Very well, I will heal up. And I guess just continue to wail on the others, because there's no way I'm going to be able to break a level 30's guard with a level 1. It's just not happening.
And polymerization?
Indeed. Valkyrian the Magna Warrior.
Oh.
Go forth. Oh no, it's level 1. It's still pretty decent at level 1. 2,000
Yeah.
2,000 frickin' HP.
And, like, what was that, 6 moves? 7.
Yeah, 7 even. I'll take it. Gosh darn it.
But makes up for the fact that, in my opinion, 2 of the 3 components are kind of weird looking. The alpha one looked cool. It was like a knight or something.
And then beta is like the punchy one.
Again, it just looks like a Pokemon. Then Gamma looked like someone tried to make the alpha version again, but got some of the instructions upside down.
And painted it pink.
Was it pink?
I think so. I mean, here its components look a little more bronzy, but I thought it was pinkish when I saw it before. Like as a kid. I am getting low on HP though. I think I'll guard, since I have so many moves. Can you break it though? No, you cannot. Haha. Now I can just eat up his moves. Nice. And also get some score for myself. Yeah, this seems to work lovely. Also, before we started this recording session, so before the last episode, I did check, just because I figured they weren't going to work. I checked ahead of time while I was farming to see if the snake hair could fuse with either the Blackland Fire Dragon or the Dragon Zombie, and it couldn't.
Ah.
Because those didn't seem like... They weren't things that I saw in the anime, and I just wasn't expecting them to exist as fusion monsters in this game, and sure enough, they didn't.
Wait, so what gave you the idea to check then?
Because there are actual fusion cards that use them.
Ah.
Alright. Low on HP, but you guys are out of moves, so that's okay. Or you could just frickin' miss.
No, I think he hit. It just didn't do enough damage.
I thought it said miss.
Huh. I could be blind.
So I don't think damage done to the fusion monster will actually do anything to the materials once they defuse, will it?
I don't believe so. Not from what I remember in previous episodes.
It is weird though, they got different amounts of XP. I guess, I don't know, maybe because of what they did? Alright.
Now get someone back in there.
Yeah.
Are they all just the same setup?
They might be. Yeah, it looks like they could be. Yeah, I guess we could just start going over some other stuff from the anime then. Because, yeah, there's just a fresh group. You didn't have anything, right? No. Oh, that one is swift. I still don't know if that actually affects their in battle speed or not. Yeah, just wail on the one with the most moves, probably. Alright, where was I in terms of my notes? Oh yeah, in episode 5 of Season 2, during Kaiba's test fight with the new dual disc system,
Right.
we saw Dragon Seeker, which we also have in this game, I think, or at least we've seen it. I don't know. I don't think we have it. We fought it. And I guess in that episode, what was it? Its effect was when it was switched from defense mode to attack mode, it would just automatically destroy a dragon. I guess in the actual card game, its effect is that it will destroy a dragon monster when it is flipped face up, or when it is just summoned. So you don't need to switch it from defense to attack mode.
Huh.
So technically, if it was that effect, I think Kaiba definitely would have been able to use the effect properly and wouldn't need to have worried. He would have been able to do it before, I think the bot summoned Lord of Dragons to protect it. Yeah, Lord of Dragons and the Flute of Summoning Dragon, the bot used it, and they said that the bot has Kaiba's deck,
Right.
but I don't think Kaiba ever actually uses it himself. But they were part of his starter deck, so I had them as physical cards.
Also, did Kaiba cheat during that? Because he seemed to know when he got Obelisk the Tormentor.
I think it was another Heart of the Cards moment thing.
Ah, right, of course.
Probably. It seemed like it. Oh, you have Monster Reborn. I'm like, wait, why don't you have anything to heal with?
I can't stop you from being dead. I can only bring you back from the dead.
Yeah, so... Again, I wanted to bring up the fact that the Lord of Dragons effect explanation... It sounded like in the anime it also protected dragons from attack? But I don't think that's what it is in the card game. I think it's just card effects, not including attacks.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like in the anime.
I thought in the anime it sounded like it would also prevent attacks. But I'm still not sure. It's a little bit vague, at least to me. Yeah, and I think I mentioned before, for Obelisk the Tormentor, it requires like the 3 monsters to be sacrificed to summon it. I don't think that's a thing for the actual tributing rule, though. I think it only goes up to 2, and I think that's why Obelisk specifically defines in its effect that it requires 3 tribute monsters.
Ah.
And then, let's see. Apparently Obelisk is not allowed to be summoned face down, but I guess that makes sense. If you're gonna tribute 3 monsters, you figure it's probably gonna be him or one of the other 2. If they also require 3 tributes. It's like, I wonder what it could be that it took 3 frickin' tributes to summon.
Just thinking of, like, yeah, no, it's, you know, don't mind what I'm putting down. I'm hiding it. You can't see what it is. It's a giant monster. How?
I hide this giant world-ending monster in this face-down card. You don't know what it is. Just imagine, like, you remember in that fight between Yugi and Bakura, where they were in the Shadow Realm and, like, Yugi and his friends were literally hiding under cards, but they were sticking out, so, you know, you could see them because they weren't flat. Just imagine that. There's just, like, a card, just, you know, placed on top of Obelisk. It's like, you cannot see me. There's a card on top of me.
Yeah, it just got me thinking of, I may have mentioned this at some point before. In the Warhammer 40k tabletop, there's like some commander or whatever that lets you like hide like units like anywhere on the map instead of having to deploy them from your side. And it can be any unit, including massive Titans, which are, you know, 20-story tall mechs. And you could just hide them in bushes. Like, oh yes, yeah, he was like, why is there a Titan behind my lines? Well, he was hiding in a bush.
Couldn't see him. Makes perfect sense. I'm surprised they didn't change the rules to accommodate that.
I don't know if they ever did. I don't keep up with it. I just know it was a...
Definitely was a thing, at least.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Yeah, it would be nice if I could eventually summon the wall shadow, but I don't see any reason they would give me labyrinth wall, because what would it do? How would they animate that having an attack if they eventually gave it attack points for leveling up?
Wait. Its attack animation is the wall just gets like really tall vertically, and then it just falls forward on the enemy.
Sounds like something out of a frickin' cartoon or something. Just the way it animates. Alright, heal that one.
It's like Kirby in the Forgotten Land when he uses the staircase.
Oh, that's
mouthful
right.
Mode. Just...
Yeah, it just frickin' falls over. I forgot about that, yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, I guess maybe they would explain it as, you know, it broke the machine or whatever, but when Kaiba used the effect of Obelisk to destroy all the enemy monsters, to destroy the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I don't think that would technically take any life points, because it's just an effect. It doesn't say do battle damage.
Yeah.
The
way I interpreted it was also just, you know, the spirit of the card was too much for, you know, a computer to handle.
Yeah, because otherwise there's no reason why the bot would lose any life points at all from that, I don't think.
Yeah. Even if it did, that they had 4,000 life points, it wouldn't have taken that much.
Yeah, I don't think.
If it was, like, damage-based.
But just, it's a powerful god card or whatever, so, you lose. And then was it? Yeah, I think it was at the end of that episode where Kaiba actually announces the tournament. And we actually see Mai, Weevil, Rex, Mako, and there were...
Esperoba or something?
Yeah, we actually saw him. And I thought we would only see him during the fight where he appears, but I guess we actually see him ahead of time. Because I don't think he appears after that fight at all, but I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, we saw him, but that was literally it.
Yeah. Which is surprising if he does only appear then after that for the fight and never again. But I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. I was also kind of surprised because it seems like there were a few other background characters that actually had like protagonist level hair.
Huh.
I don't think... Well, maybe. Maybe they come in at some point in the future or in a future series, but...
I'd have to look back.
I feel like there was at least two characters that I don't recall seeing or having names or anything. But I saw them and they had very unique hair. It's like, did they actually try and consciously break that cycle of having only the protagonist have protagonist hair and give some other people that kind of hair? You know, unique level of hair? I don't know. Unless maybe they are actual significant characters I just forgot about.
No, you see, it's because Yugi's a celebrity, kind of, so people are trying to emulate his fashion. Okay, does that thing have armor or something?
It may have been guarding. Yeah, it was probably guarding.
Okay. Must be guarding a lot, because you keep seeing low numbers when you attack it every now and then.
Darn you, I only have so many frickin' moves left. Stop it.
Burn.
Burn all the bugs. Yeah, I feel like I might have mentioned before, but I feel like the way I would use the word bugs would be to encompass insects and arachnids, but it sounds like bugs just means insects, technically. But then, what word would I use as a catch-all for insects and arachnids? Because I want one.
Yeah. Because your house can be, you call an exterminator for both, like, if there's an ant colony or, a bunch of spiders or whatever. Like, what is the catch-all? Pest?
Maybe? Maybe I'll use you again, if I can. Nope, too late. Unless...
Unless?
Hold on, I need my turn.
Are you just going to retreat?
Get out of here. Kick them out. It's like, no, we're not going to fight this time. I kick you out. It's like, but I'm here to fight.
Denied.
Yeah. By the rules of the game, I'm allowed to just kick you out.
You cannot legally fight me without my consent. Oh, and they're mostly healed up.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, see, that one is kind of pinkish, right?
Yeah, the winged part is.
I'd say the entire thing is kind of the same color, right?
Okay, yeah. Now that I'm actually looking at it.
Yeah.
Why does it have an N on the back?
Probably for North, because it's a magnet warrior.
Ah.
All right. He does a little wind up. Where he, like, spins his fist. So, yeah, I am still wondering what confusion does. I wonder if it said in the booklet if I just forgot. I could double check. But I would expect it gives them a chance to hurt themselves or their allies, but we have not seen that happen once. Which leads me to question if that is actually what it can do. Also, I should double check which one has used polymerization. Okay, Beta has. I guess I could have attacked a different one to confuse more of them, give them more of a chance to possibly actually hurt themselves, if that is what it does.
I noticed at one point...
Oh god.
Oof. Man-eater bug... Well, one of them had missed, well, confused.
Screw you.
So maybe it gives them a slightly higher chance of missing?
But that would be blind.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Alright, well, polymerization it is. You've angered me.
You've incurred our wrath. Voltron, transform! Oh wow, it's got 21 more HP from all of them having a couple level ups.
Yeah, what is its level? I forgot how many levels each individual one got.
Pretty sure they're all 3 now.
Yeah, it's level 3. And it's already lost, like, nearly half its health. You know what?
Guard.
Yeah. Alright, finally we can get into episode 6 of season 2 of the anime.
Where they finally have Joey do something. They have him appear.
Mm-hmm. And he manages to get into the tournament, if only because the rare hunters want his red eyes. So there's the whole thing where Joey's parents are separated, and that's why he and his sister were also separated.
Right.
I want to say in the older anime, you remember me mentioning that one, right?
Yeah.
And it's not translated. I think when I saw that one, there was one point where they can't find Joey for some reason, so they go... Yugi goes to his dad's house, and I think, like, as Yugi opens the door, you see, like, a bottle get flung at him, basically. So it implies that his father is an alcoholic.
Oh.
And that's probably the reason why they are divorced. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit of extra information that you don't get from this anime. I don't think.
Fun.
Yeah, a bit real. Things happen.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I was also going to mention that the rare hunter that fights Joey, I feel like I recognize his voice from something else.
I did notice he had a very distinct voice.
Yeah, it was really distinct. I just don't know if I actually am remembering it from something else or if I am just remembering his voice in the anime. Because of how unique it sounds.
Yeah, I didn't check.
Yeah. I could probably double check on that.
Man-eater bugs guarding.
Oh, okay. Whack someone else then. Thank you, because I definitely missed that. I was looking at my notes.
Also, since they fought Joey and took his card, well, is he still registered in the tournament? Since he didn't lose a tournament battle?
I think they basically made it a tournament battle because I think that's the way it works is you just decide to fight someone in the streets, and I think that's how the whole Battle City goes.
Okay.
I don't know what technically would constitute elimination, though, because there's not starships.
Well, it could just be, oh, you lost, so
Yeah, maybe
you're out?
Maybe if you lose a certain amount of times? I'm not sure.
But, like, does he still have to give up his next rarest card, then, if he loses?
Probably. I'm not sure if it's actually a rare card or not, but speaking of Joey's cards, he used Panther Warrior now.
And what did he call it? Scapegoat?
Yeah, because I completely forgot that apparently Panther Warrior's effect is that you need to tribute a monster to attack with him. And I guess that's like a trade-off because he's strong enough to be considered more than a 4-star monster, but he isn't. So you don't need to tribute to summon him. So I guess the trade-off is you need to...
Tribute to use him.
Yeah. Okay, you probably had the Monster Reborn. Guard.
Yeah, this
This might not be great.
Yeah.
Confuse. Guard. And then I'll probably polymerize. That is a very slow projectile.
Like, dude, you literally have a shield in your left hand. You could have blocked that. You had plenty of time.
Yeah, I really need to look up what frickin' Confusion does because it's not doing what we expect at the very least. Don't die. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, you don't have the polymerization, so just heal him. Oh my goodness. Please don't frickin' die. Here we go. Oh yeah, and then we also saw Three-Headed Guido. I don't know if it stuck around, if it was just face down and
Did we?
I think so. I don't think he said the name. I think the Rare Hunter placed it in defense mode, face down, and I think it got destroyed.
I'll take your word for it.
If you look back at it, you'll probably see it. But yeah, I think it was just there for a sec because of that.
By the way, speaking of that battle, Exodia.
Yes.
I don't know if it was ever explicitly stated, but...
You were under the impression that it was like one of a kind?
Yes.
Because I feel like we saw... When they were on the boat going to Duelist Kingdom and they said, oh, all these other players are trading cards and whatnot, you could see in someone's hand they had another piece of Exodia.
Did they?
I think so, but I don't know if that was changed because the specific layout of the card is different in the localized version. So they definitely replaced them in editing. I just don't know if they replaced them with the exact same cards, just in that different format that they were in Japanese or not.
Huh.
But also, you know...
I don't know. Maybe...
That could be considered non-canonical, I don't know. It's just filler imagery. Just if you happen to look at what card he has.
I don't know. Maybe... It might have been, like, logical deduction because... They said, Exodia is, like, the rarest card. Or set of cards, I guess. But...
That doesn't necessarily mean
But the Blue Eyes White Dragons there are only 4 of those ever made.
Yeah. It's weird.
Which would imply that Exodia has 4 or less sets made.
Yeah. That is what it suggests, but I don't know. I guess for some reason that's not true, but another thing is, at least in the card game, they are limited, which means you're not allowed to have more than one set of Exodia in your deck at a time. I don't know if that's always been a thing, but it certainly, I think, has been for a very long time.
I mean, given what that guy did in the show, where basically just stalled until he got Exodia.
Yeah, that...
I can see why they'd say you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Alright, here, let me focus real quick and try and get Mokuba out of there before he gets freaking murdered.
What happens if you just end up, like, with too many cards in your hand? Or is there an upper limit?
Yes, actually. Here. At the end of your turn, if you have more than 6 cards in your hand, I believe you must discard until you are back down to 6.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, what if you have the guy just ended up with, like, like 4 legs and 2 arms of Exodia? It's like, frick.
Yeah, frick. But yeah, the Graceful Charity... I think I pointed out that when Keith used Graceful Charity, it seemed like he just drew 3 cards, but this Rare Hunter did use it the way the card actually functions, where you draw 3 but then have to discard 2. So he wasn't ending up with a huge excess of cards. Probably. But yeah, that is like a thing that never happens, is that we never see someone forced to discard because they have too many cards in their hand. That would be funny, though, if they just had an episode where a fight just goes completely awry and someone just ends up with, like, a hand of nothing but magic or trap cards. And so they just end up losing because they just get direct attacked. They're like, frick, I can't do anything.
Also, they mentioned that in the Joey versus Robed Dude fight.
The Rare Hunter?
Yeah, Rare Hunter. That, like, according to the rules of the tournament, you know, you can attack someone's life points directly.
Yeah.
Like, they say that implying that you couldn't do that before, but I'm pretty sure they did that early on in the Duelist Kingdom.
I don't know if they did that early on in the Duelist Kingdom or not, but I remember during, I believe it was during the Yugi Pegasus fight that Yugi was like, I have to put a monster out, otherwise he can attack my life points directly. I don't think it ever happened, but...
Well, it's definitely mentioned.
Yeah. So it's a little weird. I think it could potentially actually happen now. But whether or not it could happen in Duelist Kingdom, I don't know, but it didn't. I don't think. Alright, let's actually finish this frickin' guy off, and then we can finally end the episode. Yeah, it's been getting a little bit dragged out. Sorry, but at least we have these things to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reminder to bring pesticide when you go out.
I think there is actually a unique card that blocks attacks specifically from insects. And I think there is a card that might destroy all insects. I just don't know if they ever appear in the anime, but I think they are very early cards at the very least.
Huh.
You're not about to die, are you? Okay, no, you're fine. You just get medicined up.
Yay, pretty lights.
Yeah, okay, so I think we mentioned pretty much everything I was going to, and yeah, then the Rare Hunter did end up getting the red eyes, sadly.
And they also seem to beat up Joey, even though he was already complying. How dare they beat up my boy?
They will pay. But that will probably have to wait until we watch the next couple of episodes.
Yep.
For now, let's just wish well for our good boy Joey. And burn some insects. And spiders.
Yes. Small critters. Maybe critters is the word.
When I think of critters, usually I think of things like the size of a bunny. I mean, not necessarily. Oh, my throat. I usually think of like bunnies, maybe deer, animals in general.
I'm not sure about deer, but yeah, bunnies, squirrels, I guess those also would count.
I usually think like small woodland animals mostly. Usually not the predators. Yeah, I don't know if there's any proper definition of critters that specifies what animals, what types of animals it should refer to, but it's just the feeling I get. You still have a move, but you don't have medicine. Okay, just finish him off. Alright, good.
Just in time to save your voice. It seems.
Yeah, I guess.
Just don't think about the extra hour we still have in the session for Bowser's Fury.
Yeah. Alright, let me just let them capture these, see if anything special happens. 500. Ugh, excuse me. And then... Okay, that was all of them, except for Weevil himself. Alright. Come on. A little bit further.
Come on, Kaiba. I know you're on a zombie dragon. Still a dragon. Should be able to fly or something.
I kind of want to see if anything happens when I do this, so I can just do this as well when I'm farming off screen, but...
Alright.
It'll probably be fine. I don't know, I could just make a quick cut here while we wait for him to travel.
Yeah, that's fine. I am a little concerned at how tough those battles were, though.
Mostly it's because Mokuba had level 1s.
True.
The other two seemed fine.
Still, though, that was you defending in a town. If you fought them in the forest area, Ugh. Probably wouldn't end up too well. Or maybe I'm still giving the field modifiers too much credit.
Yeah, they're not way too much. My items give me more than that, usually, because I think it's 500 per adept and 500 per item.
It is kind of funny how, even in the anime, they kind of just threw field modifiers out the window after like 5 episodes.
Yeah, once they got into the castle, there was none of it. Yeah, and like the labyrinth as well. The gimmick was kind of the other things, but there were no field bonuses, I guess. Alright, yeah, nothing special happened there. So, we will have to end this here for now. I will farm off screen, and we will continue things then.
So, dearest viewers, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.